So this episode of Reidus and Cletus Spare Parts, we are roaming around the junkyard looking at really cool cars in really rusty shape. We're at MacLean's Auto Wrecking out in rural Ontario, and this is one of my favorite big 1970s American luxury barges. This is a 1972 Lincoln Continental Mark IV. Sounds like money when you say it. I just love these things. This is a one-year only car. For 1973, it would get a big impact bumper across the front, and this big tall Lincoln grille would get a little bit shorter to compensate for the raised height of the impact bumper. The bumper on this one is actually gone, but the 460 under the hood is still there. This car was originally a stunning car. It must have been like a copper orange color. It has a white leather interior, and the guy loved it so much he put his own initials on the door handle. And that just says that this guy was a big baller when this thing was brand new. My sick and twisted fantasy has always been to take the low compression 460 with one of these and boost it to make big power in a land yacht. That dream will remain a dream for now because this thing is way too rough to get out of here. I guess we'll keep hunting. Okay, so right here is a BMW 2002 Ti. Very cool find in the junkyard. This thing is, at first I thought it was a 1600, but the grille and the ID tag on the fender tells me it's a 2002. It's an early car, pre-impact bumper. It's a really cool find. It seems like it was originally like a dark red color. This thing is hashed. Absolutely no way this car is ever coming back, which is too bad because I love the 2002. I think it's a very cool car. This was originally had a 2-liter engine in a pretty high state of tune. They're really cool cars. I really want one someday. I don't think we're going to fix this one. Okay, so behind me is what's left of a 1959 Edsel Ranger. There was also the Edsel Pacer, and I've always wanted to actually see an Edsel. I don't think I've seen one in ages. This is a 4-door. It's really far gone. But what tipped me off is that signature Edsel horseshoe grille. There were some other not as nice anatomical names made about it, but this thing does have aluminum pistons, still has the 2-barrel intake manifold, and the 2-barrel Holley carburetor is in the trunk, or what's left of the trunk. This thing is absolutely trash, but you can tell it was originally a teal car. Pretty cool thing. I mean, it's never going back on the road, but just to see in a junkyard, I'm pretty stoked to see an Edsel. Okay, so what we have here is finally something cool and performance related. This is a 1967 Ford Mustang. And unlike a lot of Mustangs you'll find beat up and around the junkyard, this one's actually a V8. I don't know if it's a factory V8, but it looks correct. Somebody may have swapped it into a 6-cylinder car. Let's see. I don't want to check if we have discs. I don't want to check if we have discs or drums, but that would be a tell. The V8 cars sometimes had discs, whereas the 6s always had smaller drum brakes. Anyways, this car was originally cream white, had a black interior, and it's a mosquito on the lens. Not that you can help. And was a floor shift 3-speed automatic. You can also see where there used to be a cool 1970s flower power sticker on the back quarter panel. It's a very cool car. I don't think it's good for anything but parts at this point. An actual V8 1967 Mustang. Well, I didn't mean to find all Fords at this place with the Edsel and the Lincoln and the other Mustang, the Ford, but I couldn't walk past this. I couldn't resist it. This is a 1971 to 73 Mustang up on top of a dump truck apparently. We are currently working on one. Alex owns a 73 Mustang. We have a really cool build for that. He just teased the engine for it on social media. If you're not on our Facebook page, check it out. This thing is way worse than his. The K member is just completely made of rust. These are really cool muscle cars. They're kind of the last of the big old school muscle car Mustangs. After this they went to the Mustang 2 and things really kind of weren't the same around Camp Mustang. Anyways, this thing is completely too far gone, but it's still a cool shape and I really wonder how the heck they got it up there. Thanks for watching this episode of Reidus and Cletus Spare Parts. We'll see you in the next one.